Hello everyone, this is a new movie for Christian chapter 5. Yes, I make this movie in order to deliver you the chapter 5 work for each group of you to work together in order to find the answer from. You can find the answer from the textbook or the other sources, but again and again I remind you, don't forget the citation to cite the source during your answer space or answer sheet, and reference at the end of your answer, not only each member answer but the last part of your group answer. Okay, so let's go to see the question of chapter 5 together. First, could you explain what a burn crow is? Could you explain what a burn crow? A burn crow, that means a burn economic crow is. Could you explain how is the urban crow? It means how the urban economic grow, or how the economic in city grow. Okay. 2. Could you explain what is the difference between a change in a city's income level, amount of money, and a change in its growth rate of income, percentage growth rate of income? So, what the difference between a change in city income level means city income amount of money, and a change in its growth rate of income? Number 3, what is an innovative city? What is an innovative city or innovation city? How is an innovative city benefit to itself and other non-innovative cities? How is an innovative city benefits to itself and other non-innovative cities? And the other question, how is an innovative city benefit to itself and other innovative cities? So you can use a figure 5.1 in order to answer this question. But this question link from content from chapter 4, and you can go back to chapter 4 to see some content or some linking content. Okay. 4. How is human capital defined? How is human capital defined? How is economic growth defined? How is economic growth defined? How are the effects? How are the effects of human capital on urban productivity and urban income? Okay. How are the effects of human capital on urban productivity and urban income? 5. What is labor demand defined? Also it should be how. How is labor demand defined? How do agglomerations economies affect to labor demand? You can use figure 5.2. And why is labor demand shifted or moved? What is export employment? What is local employment? How is these two employments are related to each other? And what is multiplier employment? Okay, in order to answer these questions, group question number 6, you need to use table 5.1 and figure 5.3. 7. What is labor supply defined, or how is labor supply defined? Why do we need to use two assumptions for labor supply? This is a critical question. Yes, I want to see presenter. Yes, very challenge to answer. Why do we need to use two assumptions for labor supply? Could you explain what causes the supply curve to shift to the right or left? So you can use example from textbook. This is from a textbook question. 8. How is labor market equilibrium defined? So previous questions, you know demand, labor demand, you know labor supply. Now, how is labor market equilibrium defined? How are the changes of labor demand and labor supply affect to equilibrium? You can use you can use figure 5.4 and figure 5.5. I don't put a figure. Okay. In the textbook, you can see these figures. 9. Could you briefly explain how public policy in terms of tax, public services, subsidy and incentive programs and other programs or other policy affect to equilibrium urban labor market? Okay, this is talking about relationship between government and labor market. 10. Is there a trade-off between environmental quality and total employment? How does the pollution tax affect the urban labor market? Okay, so pollution tax is the government policy in order to improve environmental quality. So pollution tax must be posted. Okay, posted on production. 11. Could you discuss why it is necessary to project future employment in the city and how is to project the future employment in the city? Last question. This is a question from textbook. Who benefits from increased employment? Or who benefit from city growth? Okay, so I will not show the content from textbook because during my class I also show you. Okay, you can go. Okay, it's time for you to work. And yes, I will drop it in YouTube and you can see and you can click like, comment and subscribe. Okay, back to you for working.